Have you ever wondered why some leaders inspire millions, while others simply manage people? Why some companies build loyal communities, while others constantly struggle to find customers? And the strange thing is, sometimes both have similar resources, similar products, similar opportunities, yet the outcomes are completely different. Why? That question became the foundation of a powerful idea by Simon Sinek in his famous book, Start with Why. And the idea is surprisingly simple. Great leaders and great organizations always start with one thing first. Why? The problem most people have. Most businesses communicate in the same order. First, they tell you what they do. Then they explain how they do it. And sometimes, if you're lucky, they mention why they do it. But according to Simon Sinek, inspiring leaders do the opposite. They start with why. Then they explain how. And only then they show what they do. This simple shift changes everything. The Golden Circle. To explain this idea, Simon Sinek introduced something called the Golden Circle. Imagine 3 circles. The outer circle is what. The middle circle is how. The center circle is why. Most organizations start from the outside. What to how to why. But inspiring leaders start from the inside. Why to how to what. And that small difference is the reason some brands inspire loyalty, while others compete only on price. The Apple example. Let's look at one of the most famous examples. Apple. Most companies would say something like this: "We make great computers. They are beautifully designed, easy to use, and powerful." But Steve Jobs communicated differently. Apple's message sounded more like this: "Everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. The way we challenge the status quo is by making beautifully designed products that are simple to use. And by the way, we make great computers." Same product, but the message feels completely different. One sells a product, the other sells a belief. And people don't just buy products, they buy beliefs. People follow beliefs, not products. Think about it like a movie. In movies, we don't follow the hero because he is perfect. We follow the hero because we believe in what he believes. When Rocky Balboa fights in the ring, people are not cheering for boxing. They are cheering for the belief. The belief that an underdog can rise. The belief that determination can beat talent. The belief that hard work change destiny. That belief is the why. And the fight in the ring is just the what. The biology behind why. Simon Sinek explains something fascinating. The structure of the Golden Circle actually matches the structure of the human brain. The neocortex, the outer part of the brain, handles rational thinking. Facts, numbers, features. That's the what. But the limbic brain, the deeper part, controls feelings, trust, loyalty, decision-making. And the limbic brain responds to why. This is why people say things like, "I don't know why, I just trust this brand." The decision is emotional. The logic comes later to justify it. Leadership and why. The concept of why is not just about marketing. It's also about leadership. Great leaders inspire people not by authority, but by purpose. Think about Martin Luther King Jr. He didn't say, "I have a plan." He said, "I have a dream." And millions of people followed him. not because of a detailed strategy, but because they believed in the same dream. The law of diffusion of innovation. Simon Sinek also explains something called the law of diffusion of innovation. Imagine a curve divided into 5 groups: innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority, laggards. The first 2 groups, innovators and early adopters, buy products because they believe in the idea behind them. They believe in the why. And when these people adopt something, others begin to follow. This is how movements start. This is how brands become iconic. Manipulation versus inspiration. Many companies don't start with why. Instead, they rely on manipulation. Discounts, fear, limited time offers, pressure tactics. These strategies can create short-term sales, but they don't create loyalty. People buy once, but they don't come back. Inspiration is different. When people believe in your purpose, they stay with you, not because they have to, but because they want to. The danger of losing your why. Even successful companies can lose their why. In the beginning, they are driven by purpose. But as they grow, they start focusing only on numbers, profits, market share, competition. And slowly, the original purpose fades. Simon Sinek gives the example of Walmart. In the early days, the mission was simple: help people save money so they could live better. But as the company grew larger, the focus shifted more toward profits and expansion, and the original why became less clear. The role of trust. Trust is built when leaders consistently communicate their why. People don't trust organizations that constantly change their message. But when the purpose stays clear, people feel connected. Think about brands you love. It's not just about the product. It's about the identity. People don't just wear Nike shoes. They wear the belief of just do it. Why leaders matter. Simon Sinek says something important. Organizations don't inspire people. Leaders do. A leader's job is not just to manage tasks. A leader's job is to remind people why the work matters. Because when people understand the purpose, they don't need constant motivation. The work itself becomes meaningful. Start with why in life. This idea is not limited to companies. It also applies to individuals. Many people chase careers based only on what they can do. But fulfillment often comes from understanding why you do it. Why do you want to build something? Why do you want to help others? Why does your work matter? When you discover that purpose, decisions become clearer, motivation becomes natural, and challenges become easier to face. A movie-style way to understand it. Imagine a movie where the hero suddenly appears and starts fighting villains. No backstory, no purpose, no reason. Would you care about that hero? Probably not. But when the movie shows why the hero fights, maybe to protect family, maybe to defend justice, maybe to redeem a past mistake, suddenly the story becomes powerful. The same thing happens in business and leadership. The why is the story. The what is just the action. The final message of the book. The core message of Start with Why is simple. People don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it. Inspiring leaders communicate their beliefs first.